Welcome to Bainbridge Redefined, the one show that showcases what life in the Puget Sound is really like. So if you've ever thought of living here, moving here, or maybe even just visiting here, be sure you hit the subscribe button above to learn what it's really like. My name is Lori Sinclair, local real estate broker here on beautiful Bainbridge Island. I help people buy, sell, and relocate here every day. You know, before my husband and I decided to move here to Bainbridge Island from Houston, Texas, we were considering all sorts of places, like the Virgin Islands, the Carolinas, and a couple of other places in addition to Bainbridge Island. And it wasn't until we really sat down and listed the pros and cons of each place that our minds were really made up. I mean, where else can you live on an island with access to local live theater, an art museum, a children's museum, a stellar school system, all the fishing you want, a robust park system with over 40 parks and 20-odd hiking trails, an active boating community, beaches, whale watching, bald eagles soaring overhead, 7 local wineries, a local brewery. I mean, we even have our own local distilleries. And while we have our Starbucks too, you haven't tried coffee until you've tried one of our many locally owned coffee shops, such as my personal favorite, Carly's. You know, to be honest with you, the only thing we don't have here is the traffic from the mainland and maybe the noise. So let me give you a quick tour. Bainbridge Island is one of the most beautiful destinations in the US, but it's one of the least talked about. Bainbridge Island is located in the Puget Sound and is the only island with direct commuter access to downtown Seattle. Downtown Seattle is only a 35-minute ferry ride, which keeps you close enough to city life if you want to catch a sports game, a concert, or explore Pike Place Market, but it also gives you that semi-rural, small community feeling. Now, the island's population is roughly about 25,000 residents, and about 80% of those are full-time. The island itself is about 28 square miles, which is about the size of Manhattan, and offers 53 miles of incredible coastline. So now that you have a little bit better idea of the island details, chances are that if you've visited here or are looking to live here, you're into outdoor activities or nature. For example, the 240-acre Grand Forest with its canopy offers trails for hiking, biking, and horse riding, not to mention the forest bathing. You know, if you're not sure what forest bathing is, that's when you go out into the forest and you're just there, just soaking it up. And the climate here is very temperate. Our winter months average in the 40s with the very, very occasional snow flurry. And the summers are glorious, averaging in the mid to upper 60s. But it's not just the outdoor activities that make life here so amazing. We have a variety of unique housing and businesses, which makes our downtown area really unique and fun, as it's full of small business owners and lots of art and artists. You wouldn't think that an island with just 25,000 people would have their own local live theater here. And local art and artisans, they're the lifeblood of our island. In fact, on the first Friday of the month, we have what we call First Friday's Art Walk, where people congregate in our downtown area, drinking wine from our local wineries and viewing local art throughout the galleries, shops, and restaurants. On this show, we're going to be showcasing the shopping, the restaurants, the activities, the culture, all to give you an idea of what it's like to live here on beautiful Bainbridge Island or to come visit. But if you're like most people, if you're serious about living here on Bainbridge Island, you probably have a bunch of questions, such as what's the cost of living? Or even what are the best parts of Bainbridge Island to check out? The residential landscape is semi-rural, with much of the island zoned 1 house per 2.5 acres. And because of that, there are a limited number of real subdivisions, which makes the real estate market very interesting. We're landlocked and a little bit resistant to new development, so there's not a whole lot of new construction, which makes the demand very high and makes housing options unique and not at all cookie cutter. This is a real estate show, so we're going to make it super simple for you to understand exactly what money buys right here on Bainbridge Island. We'll be checking out different neighborhoods and many more things. So now you have an idea about why people love living here on Bainbridge Island. So if you want to learn some more, make sure that you subscribe to the video and give me a like. Bainbridge Island is an incredible place to live, with great schools, interesting people, and lots of opportunity to get out and be a part of nature. So if you ever have any questions that we haven't covered here on my channel, please feel free to reach out. My contact information is around here somewhere. Thanks for watching. I'm Lori Sinclair, your local real estate broker here on beautiful Bainbridge Island. Till next time.